All right, everyone. We are back with our next session. Once again, my name is Nikki Gandhi. I am CRIO's community manager, and I have Anna Blackburn here with me from our business development team. And it is my pleasure to introduce Gustav with Delfa as our next session in our recruitment series today. So Delfa is a recruitment partner of ours, and without further ado, Gustav, I will hand it to you.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you very much for the introduction and setting up everything, Nikki. And yeah, great to meet the whole CRIO community here. I'm Gustav, CTO and co-founder of Delfa. And yeah, I would like to make today's presentation very practical. So I'm also going to share my screen here. Hopefully everyone sees that. And yeah, so what do we do here at Delfa? We also care deeply about patient recruitment. And what we've seen working with sites is that the patient recruitment is often overwhelmed. The studies can be very confusing when they start, when they stop. Then you actually got approved for a study, and then they start enrolling. So to actually line up recruitment resources with when you actually need the recruitment is very tough. And additionally, it's hard to ever have enough recruitment if you have a big patient database. And what the consequences of not optimal recruitment is that we've seen that there's slow outreach. Often you just don't do that second follow-up call, even though you know maybe the patient is interested. You don't answer that email because there's a new lead that just came in. And the result is that there are forgotten participants, people that would have liked to participate in the study, but there just wasn't enough resources to actually engage them, which means a participant missed out on an opportunity as well as the site on additional revenue. So how do we deal with this at Delfa? Basically, there's three main things how we tackle this problem. And the one is to be totally autonomous. So we use AI to automatically reach out to the patients, to do a voice call with them, to pre-qualify them, to reach out via SMS, via email, engage them totally automatically so that it's not additional burden on the recruitment that you have. At the same time, we know it's more about than just reaching out to patients. It's also about adhering to the workflow that you already have set up. If it's like a completely different workflow, there's a lot of additional effort to take that information and put it into your workflow. So that's kind of the second pillar which we really care about, which is integration. And I'll show in a live demo how far we actually go to really make sure we're sticking close to the processes that you already have. And lastly, the thing is, if you do everything autonomously, there's amazing data that you collect. And we want to share this with you and actually give you an overview of exactly how well your study is going so that you have sufficient time to react to make sure you reach those enrollment goals that you set to the sponsor. Now, like I said, I want to make this very practical. So I'm just going to jump right into CRIO and let's see how does this our solution actually work. So yeah, I'm here in a CRIO sandbox environment and I have this mock study. And the way that we've set this up for this particular workflow is that as soon as someone is added as a patient to prospect for the study, Delfa should reach out to that patient. So let's create a patient here, just very manually, and let's just give them a name, maybe like Jack Miller. Let's choose a date of birth for them. And I'm actually in Switzerland right now, so let me put in a Swiss number. And then let's say we got this through a Facebook lead. So yeah, we see our new prospect, Jack Miller, has been created. And I'll just take a moment where CRIO is basically communicating to our service and we'll get a call. That's what we're getting right now.
Hello, this is Alexis on behalf of Protea Clinical Research. Is this Jack Miller speaking?
Yes, that's me.
Hi, Jack. I'm calling because you previously expressed interest in participating in clinical research. We're currently recruiting for a study involving a vaccine for Epstein-Barr virus. This call is automated and being recorded for quality and training purposes. I won't be able to provide any medical advice. Is now a good time to spend about 20 minutes to see if you might be a good match for the study?
Yeah, sure.
Great. Before we dive into the study details, I need to confirm some of your contact information and medical history. Can you please confirm your date of birth?
Just like before that, what is the compensation for this study?
Of course. For this study, you'll be compensated up to $250 per office visit, $100 per telephone call, and $10 for completing diary requirements. The study lasts about 19 months, with at least 12 visits to our research site and 11 phone calls. Let me know if you have any other questions about that. Now, can you confirm your date of birth?
Yeah, my date of birth is the 17th of April, 1985.
Thank you. Just to confirm, your date of birth is April 17th, 1985, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Perfect, thank you. Can you now provide your current full address, including the street, city, and zip code?
Yeah, I live in 367 Garden Lane in Atlanta, Georgia, and the zip code is 30307.
Got it. Just to confirm, your address is 367 Garden Lane, that's Garden Lane in Atlanta, Georgia, zip code 30307. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Thank you. Can you now share your current weight and height?
Yeah, so my weight is 300 pounds and I'm 6 feet tall.
Thanks for sharing. Just to confirm, your weight is 300 pounds and your height is 6 feet tall, correct?
Yeah.
Great, thank you. Now I'd like to understand your medical and surgical history. What medications are you currently taking? This includes prescriptions, over-the-counter meds, vitamins, or supplements.
So at the moment I take losartan twice a day.
Thanks for letting me know. Can you share when you started taking losartan, what condition you're treating with it, and the dosage you take? For example, is it 50 milligrams once a day?
Yeah, so it started in 2008 and it's for hypertension. And yeah, it is 50 milligrams a day.
Got it. So you've been taking losartan since 2008 for hypertension at a dosage of 50 milligrams twice a day. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Thank you. Are you taking any other medications, including over-the-counter ones, vitamins, or supplements?
No, that's it.
Thanks for confirming. Do you have any other medical conditions that you're not currently treating with medication that we should know about?
No, that's all.
Got it. Thank you. Do you have any allergies? If yes, can you share what causes the reaction and how severe it is?
Yeah, I have hay fever.
Thanks for sharing. How severe is your hay fever and what typically triggers it? For example, is it mild, moderate, or severe? And is it caused by pollen, dust, or something else?
I think it's pollen and it's like just my eyes get itchy.
Thank you for clarifying. So your hay fever is triggered by pollen and causes itchy eyes, and it sounds like it's mild. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Perfect, thank you. Do you smoke or vape?
So that's just a small example of how these calls would sound like. That's what the participant will actually hear. And what's happening as we speak is all of this information is going to our back-end system where we process all of this information and push it back into CRIO so that you have like complete oversight of what happened on the call, what information was shared, and at the same time that it just works like your recruiter, so it easily fits in. Now, it takes a minute or two for that to happen. So while we wait for that, I'll just show you our platform that we have in parallel. Now, this platform is meant as an overview of what we're doing. So, for example, if we're on a study and there's thousands of leads that we're reaching out, like to track all of that in CRIO and the stuff maybe that some of your participants are doing and some that all are doing, it's hard to, it's hard to have that overview. And this is what we use. That's why we have this dashboard that shows you like, okay, which leads are we reaching out to, which ones are still in the funnel, how many have we connected, how many have we reached, how many are potentially qualified. And this really gives you a nice overview of what's the progress on this specific study. Now, like I said, we go deep on integration. So like we really take this all the way to show you, okay, how many people actually enrolled. So you have the whole overview of like from lead to randomization. which really shows you what is your ROI, for example, on a marketing campaign that you have. And to give you additional overview of our system, we also show exactly here how we reached out to a specific patient, how many times we called them, how many of these calls actually reached them. And you can also go into these calls and listen to the audio and download it, look at the transcript. So we really don't want this to be a black box. It's more like additional many recruiters that's doing work, and you have full overview of what they're doing. Now, this should have given us enough time that we push some information back into Jack Miller's account. So let's go and see what happened here. So yeah, we just called Jack Miller, and the first thing you can see is that the date of birth has been correctly updated. So the demographics are there. And then if we go into our profile, here you see also we put down the other demographics like the address, and we can go into traits. Here we see we populated height and weight, automatically calculated BMI. And we really try and work exactly like your recruiters do. I see the medical history hasn't been populated here yet. It just takes a bit more time because there's more processing done on our end. But we really populate everything in traits that you want to be have populated, just like a human recruiter would do. And at the same time, we also log all the interactions. So for example, here you see we inform you in CRIO that we're actually reaching out to this patient. Here we summarize the interaction with that patient. We said we're not sure about eligibility yet. And the reason is because we didn't go through the full screening, and have a short summary about the call itself. So that was really to give you a very practical overview of what we do. Now I will try and just finish with the last slide where we see we've done this before with many other sites. We've worked with one site on a complex migraine study where we've achieved 125% of their enrollment target in 1 week. So we're able to roll up very fast and make sure that you reach that enrollment target. We can scale, we can do thousands of calls a day. So you never have this problem anymore where you have to really time your recruitment resources perfectly. We can scale instantaneously as soon as you get that green light for the study. And we're flexible, we work with the workflows that you work and make sure that we don't that we are not additional burden to you, but really provide value. So yeah, that's Delfa solution. Happy to give you a deeper demo and talk more about it if you're interested. Thank you for the opportunity to present.
Thank you, Gustav. Appreciate it. So for those of you who have questions, since we are doing short, quick, impactful sessions, you will get responses after this day's expo is over. We will get back to you on those. And then if you want to reach Delfa, if you want to contact them, submit an inquiry, once again, don't forget you can find them in the partner directory, in the help center, if you're a CRIO user. Just click the contact button and you will be able to submit an inquiry and speak with Gustav and his team. So thank you. We will be back again for another impactful session in 5 minutes. Thanks, everyone.